In today's local business spotlight, we are joined by Bruce from People's Home Equity Mortgage to tell us a little bit about some of the frequently asked questions, I guess you could say, happening in the mortgage world right now. Bruce, thanks for joining us.
It's always good to be here.
All right, tell me a little bit about refinancing our home for the purpose of using that money towards maybe some debts that we have.
Okay. You'll find that my answer probably is a little surprising, being a mortgage guy. I think that's one of those things you always have to really take a hard look at. Because I think you don't want to take the hard-fought equity out of your house and pay off bills if there's another way of getting it done. Let's say you have some special circumstances that are just large bills that you're just not going to be able to knock down, like a serious medical cost for a family member, or you had a business that didn't make it and you had a number of things that came up. I think it makes sense. You can take a look at it, but I think anytime you're refinancing, we have to look at cost and benefit. Just because a payment looks okay does not, I mean, that's not the end of the story. You need to look to see how much is this going to cost me over time to make sure the decision I'm making to refinance is a good one. What you don't want to do is have a little short-term savings but a long-term hangover.
I'm hearing there may be a sweet spot where it makes sense for some individuals, but it's always best to speak with a professional.
Yeah, and you just want to look at all the numbers, and you want to get, you know, if for example you got 22 years left on your mortgage and you're going to 30 years and you're saving a little bit each month, you're not really saving money. You're saving money on a monthly basis. So I think it's important to look at the details and make sure you're getting advice from somebody who has your best interests at heart versus just trying to get another deal done.
All right, and so I want to switch gears a little bit. Of course, we're kicking off a new year. If someone's looking to purchase a home this year, when do we need to begin that process? Of course, we've talked in previous episodes about how a pre-approval is so important.
Well, here's what I would say is there's never any big endeavor I've done in my life where I said, man, I wish I would have procrastinated a little more. I wish I hadn't been prepared. I wish I'd started later. So I would tell anybody if they're thinking about in 2020 buying a house, you know, now's a good time to go ahead and take a look at your situation. Even if you've got great credit, you know, sometimes there's some manipulations you can do with your credit that can raise your credit score, which can lower your long-term cost of borrowing. The other thing is, you may think, hey, I'm just starting to look, but the real estate market is so competitive these days. If you find the right house, you need to be able to move quickly. And the only way you can really do that effectively if you've already lined up your finances. So if we were to go ahead and pre-approve somebody right now, and let's say it took a few months, would we have to update a few things? Maybe so. Right. But I think in this market, it's really important to be prepared before you ever even look at a house.
But how good is that pre-approval letter for? How easy to get it to continue or to renew?
It's not a big deal. Typically, you know, you don't want to pull your credit too much, but credit's going to be good usually about 90 days to 120 days, depending on the program. We may have to update some things like pay stubs, or get a new bank statement. But once we're kind of over it, then it's not a big deal. But I really think in today's market, especially if you're buying something under, say, about $300,000, when you find a house, you're not going to be the only person that found it. And so sometimes if you're not ready to move, it's tragic when I get a call from somebody and they've found the house, and their situation may be a little too complex to get them pre-approved overnight or something, and they miss out on that house. And so I think it's important before you even start looking, just go ahead and get that piece of it knocked out.
Especially with how quickly homes are going in our market.
Absolutely.
Guys, do not take the chance of missing out on your dream home. Go ahead and start that process now. How does it start? I mean, it's super simple, right?
Easy, phone call. Just give us a call, 423-591-9801. We can get the ball rolling that way. If you want to do things online, we have all kinds of fancy schmancy ways you can do it, from the couch, dressed however you want to be dressed.
Simple as that.
That's it.
We've got lots more tips coming up from you. Thanks to Bruce and People's Home Equity. We'll talk to you again in a few weeks.
So it's a pleasure.